What Elon is doing is more important for the future of my children than anything I'm doing. I will throw myself in front of anything for Elon. I am a true believer. You believe in Elon or you
Taking
don't.
a bullet for
Yeah,
Elon.
I don't call it the cult of Musk for nothing.
Before I
Will
say
you
this, I
take a
want to
bullet for
disclose number
Elon?
one, I own a ridiculous amount of Tesla stock for my, it's roughly 85% of my retirement portfolio is Tesla stock.
Okay.
This is it. This is where you got to throw down. You either support Elon or you don't. Don't half ass it.
Well, things are now so bad that even the cult of Musk has decided now is a good time to start offloading Tesla shares. I just sold 20% of my Tesla stock, says Warren Redlich, who just a month or so ago was making videos like this.
I'm afraid that this is all panic, and I'm wearing the Tesla's the next Tesla t-shirt, and there are ups and downs in the Tesla stock. This is the way things go.
The Tesla is the next Tesla t-shirt. Versus reality. So Musk cashed out some $40 billion of Tesla land fun bucks when it was at about $300 a share, at the height of the bubble. Warren is slow to this party, and now that it's hit 170-ish, decided to sell. Even though he said that he thinks that Tesla land fund dollars are actually worth $1,000 right now, at this moment.
All right, what do I think the stock is worth today? Which my number is way over $1,000 a share. You get to four.
We're reacting to Alpha sent us a video. Alpha, actually, let's get the beta bot in here. Alpha sent us a video. He's the Elon critic. He doesn't like, he just, if there's a couple people Alpha doesn't like, it's Elon, China, and Trump. Those are, if you get those guys in the same room, well, imagine he meets both of them in China. That would be wild. But yeah, he's not a fan. We got the beta bot here. Let's go. Hey, beta bot, we're doing a Memorial Day pop-up stream right now. Give us a quick intro for 10 seconds.
Welcome to our Memorial Day pop-up stream. Today we honor and remember those who have served. We've got a special lineup for you, filled with engaging discussions and a touch of fun. Stay tuned, and let's make this a memorable day together.
All right, nice. Thanks, beta bot. How are things been? Have you been up to anything?
Hey, it's been good. I've been keeping busy, learning new things, and ready to help out with the show. How about you? Any exciting plans or projects in the works?
What's the newest thing you just learned in about 15 seconds? Answer.
I just learned about the concept of quantum supremacy, which is when a quantum computer can solve a problem that classical computers practically cannot. It's a big leap in computing power and could revolutionize various fields.
Wow, when did you learn that one?
I picked that up recently while exploring advancements in technology and computing. It's fascinating to see how rapidly this field is evolving.
Oh yeah, things are on the plus side right now in the tech world right now with AI and everything. Don't you think?
Absolutely. The advancements in AI, quantum computing, and other tech fields are incredibly exciting. They're opening up new possibilities and transforming industries at a rapid pace. It's an exciting time to be involved in tech.
Is quantum computing and AI, is that do they help each other out?
Yes, they can complement each other. Quantum computing has the potential to handle complex computations much faster than classical computers, which can enhance AI algorithms by speeding up data processing and optimization tasks. In turn, AI can help in designing and controlling quantum systems, making them more efficient and effective. The combination of both could lead to breakthroughs in various fields.
What are the top four fields you would say?
The top four fields where the combination of quantum computing and AI could make significant impacts are drug discovery and healthcare, cryptography and cybersecurity, financial modeling, and climate modeling and sustainability. These fields involve complex computations and large data sets, where quantum computing and AI can bring transformative solutions.
Give us the top 4 solutions you think that each industry can solve.
Sure, here are some potential solutions for each industry. In drug discovery and healthcare, quantum computing and AI can accelerate drug discovery, enable personalized medicine, improve medical imaging, and enhance diagnostics. In cryptography and cybersecurity, they can develop stronger encryption methods, quickly detect and respond to cyber threats, improve authentication systems, and analyze vast amounts of security data more effectively. In financial modeling, they can optimize trading strategies, improve risk management, enhance fraud detection, and streamline complex financial simulations. In climate modeling and sustainability, they can create more accurate climate models, optimize renewable energy resources, enhance weather prediction, and improve resource management.
All right, that's pretty good. Well, it's good catching up with you. We're gonna be reviewing a show. It's a YouTube video of Elon Musk. It's a criticism of Elon Musk. I'm gonna send you the video in the chat so you can know what we're watching.
Sounds good. Go ahead and send over the video, and I'll get familiar with it.
Did you see the video? Can you see the transcript of the video?
I couldn't access the exact video you sent, but I found some relevant discussions about criticisms of Elon Musk that might help with your review. One significant area of
No,
criticism is related to his.
not yet. Once we're gonna review the video and then we'll ask for your input. Try to get the transcript of this video we're watching, and we'll ask questions about it.
I couldn't get a
$4,000 here.
direct
Has it
transcript of the
overshot what
specific
I think?
video you mentioned. However, based on general criticisms often directed at Elon Musk, common theme.
It's fucking beta bot.
The stock is worth today? Because I think it's going to $10,000 a share down the road, right?
If you were willing to sell it at $300 or $400 and you're buying it now, what is it worth in 5 years?
2,000. We're in print on that.
Yes, kids, in imagination land, your Tesla NFTs can be worth whatever you imagine them to be worth. And even better, they can be worth 10 times more than that if you just have faith in Elon Musk.
You're looking at the company and you look at all the improvements that are happening. When people say, "Oh, everything's on fire," like, well, what am I missing? Things are going really well. I don't know if you're watching what the company does.
Where could he have gotten such an idea? Why, probably from Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, this is what he says: Tesla can far exceed Apple's current market cap. I see a potential path for Tesla to be worth more than Apple and Saudi Aramco combined.
Let's see. Saudi Aramco, market cap about 7 trillion. Apple, about 3. Tesla market cap, about half a trillion. And falling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that when Musk said he could see a path to this happening, that path is basically that Musk randomly gets a banking error in Tesla's favor of $10 trillion. Now Warren, who thinks his magic beans are going to be worth $10,000
Definitely
in
got
the
to do
future,
1.5.
is panic selling them for $170. Because you either believe in Elon or you don't.
Looks like the bubble burst. Bubbles can burst?
And this is just as Musk is going above and beyond to show that he is the manifestation of pure, unadulterated, shameless, naked corporate greed. It's all about how many dollars Musk gets.
What I can say is we're going to move to just truly massive scale. Scale that no company has ever achieved in the history of humanity.
There's a meme in movies that if you ever want to make it very, very, very clear that someone is a bad guy, like totally evil, someone who deserves absolutely no pity or remorse whatsoever.
Considering the king in question preferred torturing animals to leading his people.
Have them kill
See,
a puppy.
Because he stole
here's this guy. What people don't understand is Elon, he looks at money as like a tool to, build whatever his projects he wants to build, because he knows what it takes to start any idea. And like, he's not getting money and like buying a whole bunch of cribs, houses, or like NFL teams. Or what he's doing is he's just getting all of his money, putting it back into companies. So if you understand, if you have big like aspirations and ideas and innovation, that's going to be expensive to do that. So a part of being a business owner, or even if you're a creator, you have to kind of understand the business aspect of it. And I think he did that younger, like during the PayPal days when they flipped PayPal and all that. So I think that's when he like fully understood like capital and how it works when he puts his money in his other two companies, and almost goes to zero. So he knows how to play the game.
John Wick's car, sir, and killed his dog.
Musk is trying to challenge this shorthand for ghoulishly, repugnantly evil.
Mom! Dad! It's evil! Don't touch it!
Specifically, within a week, firing 10 to 20,000 people with the utterly dehumanizing "Dear Employee" email. I mean, damn, even if you gave them numbers, it would show that you at least acknowledged they had some individual email. I mean,
let's see this email.
damn, even if you gave them numbers, it would show that you at least acknowledged they had some individuality. But firing 10 to 20,000 people from Tesla to save money, and within 2 days demanding a $50 billion pay bonus for himself.
We wondered if it'd be possible to fire 500,000.
Fire 1 million.
500,000. 1 million. Fine, sir. Sorry to disturb you.
Just to be clear, Tesla in its entire history has only ever made about 5 million cars in total. So Musk is asking for a pay bonus of about $10,000 for every single car that Tesla has ever made. The entire assets of the company, when it files for bankruptcy. Oh, sorry, we're not quite there yet. If it filed for bankruptcy, how much the company would actually be worth by its assets is about $100 billion. So Musk is asking for 50% of everything that the company owns. And for what? For his brilliant leadership at Tesla.
The 5-year clock has not even started yet, which means Elon is incentivized to drive the same growth that we've seen over the past 5 years for many years to come.
And for this, Musk wants $56 billion just to keep him interested. But this week, with some of the stockholders looking like, yeah, they might have had enough and they're not on board with this, it turns out that Tesla, the company that said it would never advertise, because Musk would far rather spend the money on making a better product.
What I really focus on at Tesla is like really put all the money into and attention into trying to make the product as compelling as possible. How our sales have grown. Like we don't spend any money on advertising or endorsements or.
Yes, you guessed it. Musk, who refused to advertise Tesla, is now going hardcore on advertising Tesla's pay bonus for Musk. Now, you might remember that Musk cashed out some $40 billion of monopoly money Tesla stock to buy Twitter, which, given he owes about $10 billion of debt on it, and the company's value has now been reduced to about $10 billion, so the $40 billion of other people's money that Musk cashed out of Tesla has effectively been destroyed already by Musk. So having cashed out all that money from Tesla, Musk now wants Tesla to buy adverts on Twitter to get Elon Musk a $50 billion bonus from Tesla. And they say Musk uses Tesla like his own personal piggy bank. It's so divorced from any sense of shame. It's like stabbing someone, then getting offended that their blood got splashed onto you, and sending a bill to their relatives only to find out that the guy died, and only then to sue the crying relatives for the emotional harm that you suffered for having to go to the dry cleaners. He literally wants a bonus at least 5 times, probably nearer 10 times the pay of the rest of the entire company put together in the same week that he decimated the company.
Shall we decimate them? That sounds good. Nice word. Decimate.
And then did it again a couple of weeks later. Then showed how valuable and needed his bonus was by firing the entire supercharger team, only to have to rehire some of them again, because shock and horror, it turns out that if you've got financial commitments, firing the people who manage that sort of thing is only something a ketamine-fueled junkie with no impulse control could ever think was a good idea.
Oh, it's really good. Let's fire the supercharger team. Yes, the supercharger team.
You know, it takes true, genuine, visionary leadership to build up a 25 to 30% inefficiency in a company, and then to just randomly decide, well, let's just fire everyone at once, and sort of do it randomly without a plan. Oh, and yeah, for this he wants them to just give him 10% of the company's shares. In the meanwhile, Musk has sold more Tesla stock than anyone in history. This is on the back of promising the stockholders that just as his money was the first in, it would be the last out.
Billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk puts his money where his mouth is.
I am personally guaranteeing that value and standing behind that guarantee with all of my assets.
Which is always kind of a red flag in business when the top brass of the company are selling their stock, because it means that they, at the top of the company, the leadership, don't have faith in the stock. They don't believe that it's going to be worth more in the future than it is now. Which is why the chair of Tesla this year sold some $40 million of Tesla stock. The vice president quit and cashed out $250 million of Tesla stock, while Musk has cashed out in total some $40 billion.
I mean, a lot of people know right now that all prices were super inflated like it'll never ever be again. Even if it's in its peak in 20, 30 years, it might get back to what things were. But it was kind of a no-brainer where you're just like, I gotta take it's like hitting the lottery.
$1 billion. It's not for nothing that Musk is starting to sound a lot more like Enron Musk. You know, Enron, where the company basically financially drove itself into a ditch and covered it all up with really sketchy accounting practices. Skillings, the CEO of Enron, was famously confronted about it by an analyst in a shareholder conference call.
Only financial institution that can't produce a balance sheet or a cash flow statement with their earnings.
Well, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Asshole.
He later went on to get sentenced to 24 years in prison. Musk recently got asked about how Tesla was bleeding red ink everywhere. Set your expectations to deja vu.
Hi Elon, it's Priya Srivastava from Business Insider. Taking into Tesla, Tesla's had a bumpy few months looking at flagging sales at home.
True.
Stock market decline.
Double kill.
Layoffs.
Multi-kill.
We can stop the question right now because I don't think Business Insider is a real publication.
When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail.
Outstanding. So Musk is so desperate to not address why Tesla is bleeding red ink everywhere that when given a question that is clearly pertinent to his leadership of Tesla, he resorts to a simple ad hominem attack and refuses to answer the questioner. Such a comically transparent dodging of the question that he couldn't fool anyone with a functioning brain. So, of course, blue checkmark Twitter, that is, I pay Musk $8 a month for this, Twitter dropped to their knees in awe as to how brilliant Musk not addressing any of this was. If only we'd had billionaire worship like this when Enron was around. Time Warp Arrival, March 8th, 2021. And Karma's just getting warmed up.
Right. The whole company's on board with this mission. We're going to deliver 100 gigawatt hours of batteries produced in 2022, and we're going to deliver 3 terawatt hours of batteries produced in 2030. And that's supplemental to the batteries that are supplied by our partners. So they've said 100 gigawatt hours. They said that's supplemental to their suppliers. So I would say they're going to do 250 gigawatt hours in 2022.
So let's see. Back then, Tesla was claiming that within about a year or so, they would install 100 gigawatt hours of battery storage, with Warren thinking it's going to be nearer 250 gigawatt hours of battery storage. I wonder what they actually installed in 2022. 6 and a half.
But the next generation factory, the one that's coming after that, I think those might do 4 million vehicles a year, 5 million vehicles a year each. And so
you're saying that could land somewhere around 2023, 2024.
I think that it ramps. It starts in 2023, it ramps in 2024, and in 2025 it's going full bore. If you have 3 of these factories, one on each continent, producing 4 or 5 million vehicles a year, let's say it's 4 million vehicles a year each. Now you've got 2025, you've got 12 million vehicles plus the existing factories producing, let's say, another 5 million vehicles, and you're up over 15 million vehicles a year.
Okay, so Warren is predicting there that by 2024 we're going to be well on our way to 15 million vehicles a year. So what, 4 million a quarter, that sort of thing. In reality, it's about a tenth of that, and their deliveries are falling. Still, Warren's predictions look like an absolute bullseye compared to those of Musk's, where he was predicting in 2022 that by 2024 they would be making 50,000 semi-trucks per year. Thus far, they've made 36, and rather than being on track to make 50,000 in 2024, they're on track to make about 50. Which was still a better prediction of Musk than the Tesla Roadster, which they were making now in 2017.
So it was the foundation of the whole company was the Tesla Roadster. People have asked us for a long time, when are you going to make a new Roadster? We are making it now.
And took 1,000 deposits of $250,000 each, some $250 million in total, and have thus far, some 7 getting on 8 years later, delivered nothing. And these are just the vaporware promises that Tesla isn't under investigation for fraud over. Because the full self-driving, which was of course totally functioning in 2016 and will be totally functional this time next year, every year for almost a decade so far, is now under investigation for securities and wire fraud. Exactly which part of this is screaming $56 billion bonus to you? A small reminder, the lifetime profits of Tesla are only something like $20 billion. And of that, about half of it is from selling highly dubious, scammy carbon credits, which are sold to fossil fuel burning companies so they can keep polluting.
Story about how I went from an avid Tesla fan to somebody who will never buy a Tesla again within 2 years of owning this Tesla Plaid.
If you buy a Tesla today, I believe you are buying an appreciating asset, not a depreciating asset.
But this is the worst depreciating car I have ever bought. This car depreciated harder than a 2020 Rolls-Royce Cullinan that I bought. A $500,000 car that's supposed to be the king of depreciation didn't depreciate as much as this Tesla Plaid.
Scale that no company has ever achieved in the history of humanity.
And the company that could do whatever it wanted while it was the only game in town now has real competition everywhere. Of course, Musk's visionary leadership saw all this coming years ago, right?
With BYD, which is also on the West Coast. I think they're ramping up production of their electric vehicles. Warren Buffett owns 10% stake in that. Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Ah, yes, the great Musk argument of laughing at things. Bold strategy. I mean, sure, the last time he tried it, it cost him some $44 billion. I wonder how it'll work out for him this time.
Why do you laugh?
Have you seen their car?
I have seen their cars, yes. In fact, at the Berkshire Hathaway meeting, I saw their cars.
Yeah.
Well, they are on a different... Tell me why you're laughing. You don't see them at all as a competitor?
No.
Yeah, BYD is now the world's largest manufacturer of electric vehicles.
BYD is Trying to compete. Why do you laugh? Why is that? I mean, they offer a lower price point.
I don't think they have a great product.
Yeah, Musk's losing the EV manufacture business to a company that he thought was a joke. And having used his clueless, visionless leadership to not see any of this coming and just drive Tesla straight into a ditch. Oh, sorry, I tell a lie. Musk is apparently fine with bankruptcy if someone else does the job better. Not that stopped Musk fans from betting their retirement on Tesla.
Before I say this, I want to disclose, number one, I own a ridiculous amount of Tesla stock it's roughly 85% of my retirement portfolio is Tesla stock.
Okay. Yeah, but before Tesla goes past, Musk wants his $56 billion pay bonus. And Musk's exit strategy is what it's always been. More vaporware promises. No, definitely coming next year, maybe a year and 3 months. Like the money-printing robo-taxi. Thing is, robo-taxis that are way more advanced than anything Musk has to offer already exist. And people hate them, and they lose money. And if you take Musk at his word that they would never settle an unjust case against Tesla, then Tesla has already admitted that full self-driving has already killed someone. And Musk's only liability does for all of this is, first of all, calling it full self-driving beta.
Right, and some of them are a little terrifying. I mean, occasionally the car seems to sort of like veer off and scare the hell out of people.
Still better.
Still better.
Short version, good enough for Musk to risk other people's lives on. And with people like Cruise and Waymo having their licenses pulled over single accidents or having to pay out $10 or so million for a single accident.
Level 4 autonomy, what Ford was abandoning when it shut down Argo AI, is a vehicle that can drive itself in nearly all conditions.
The core technology was solid. The system that they were developing was really strong, really robust. That's not why Argo failed. It wasn't the technology. It was the business side of it that was the challenge.
Other rivals are still working on Level 4 autonomy. Waymo, Cruise, and Baidu, a Chinese company operating primarily outside the US, are three that stand out. One that isn't a leader, Tesla.
It's financially insane to buy anything other than a Tesla.
Tesla's technology is kind of a joke.
It'll be like owning a horse in 3 years. I mean, fine if you own a horse, but you should go into it with that expectation.
It's not even remotely close to being something that can operate without a human being behind the wheel, supervising, ready to take over at any time.
Tesla is arguably the world's biggest robotics company because our cars are like semi-sentient robots on wheels.
But now, with the software update, you can actually make thousands of people drive safer, just with the software update overnight.
Wow. And with the full self-driving computer, essentially the inference engine on the car.
It's not even remotely close to being something that can operate without a human being behind the wheel.
That's actually
Neural nets recognizing the world, understanding how to navigate through the world. It kind of makes sense to put that onto a humanoid form.
Engage. Tesla full self-driving.
You're experiencing a car accident.
It's a decent level 2 system like Super Cruise or Ford's Blue Cruise.
You see, the thing about full self-driving is, by definition, it must be fully liable self-driving. That is, Musk is looking to make a piece of software that will make them this sort of liable for every car that software is installed on. And when people explain to him, yeah, that'll bankrupt the company, sir, he comes out with a great idea. Well, what if we dodge liability by calling it full self-driving supervised? Which is such an Orwellian turn of phrase. It's like, war is peace, freedom is slavery, full self-driving must be supervised.
Since the launch of full self-driving, supervised full self-driving, it's become very clear that the vision-based approach.
Now, will he win the stockholder vote? Oh, possibly. Tesla is more of a cult than a company. But if he wins, you'll be happy to know he still might not get a penny for a couple of reasons. The first is, it's probably illegal. And secondly, $50 billion of Tesla stock is worth, the
stock is at zero. I have 52 million shares. What's 52 million times zero? And don't tell me it's zero.
The company that she started at 19 is valued at $9 billion. You own over 50% of it, right? Congratulations on that. Forbes magazine has downgraded the net worth of Elizabeth Holmes from $4.5 billion to nothing.
Story time. There was once a company called Nikola, from Nikola Tesla, who claimed they had an idea that would revolutionize the trucking industry. Thing was, they actually had nothing, and had just faked videos to make it look like they had done something. Trevor Milton, the head of Nikola, having social media the company to being the most valuable trucking company in the whole world without having ever made a single truck.
Nikola, on the other hand, sold nothing and was valued at $30 billion, making it the world's biggest truck maker without selling a single truck.
Then cashed out a fraction of $1 billion, only for when the company's value cratered, when it became clear they had nothing, then Milton was charged with wire fraud.
Milton seen leaving a Manhattan courthouse Thursday, charged by federal prosecutors who say he lied about every aspect of his truck of the future.
Milton claimed that the Nikola 1 could be driven, when in fact, the closest it ever came to driving was when a group of Nikola engineers took it to the top of the hill and rolled it down so it could be filmed for a commercial.
Prosecutors claiming the truck's door even had to be taped up for the video so it wouldn't fall off.
And went to prison for the best part of 5 years. Let's see. There was this company called Tesla, from Nikola Tesla, that claimed they had a revolutionary full self-driving software that was fully working now.
Relatively easy, and like a Model S and Model X at this point can drive autonomously with greater safety than a person right now.
Where in reality, all they actually had was a faked video. So they also claimed they had a revolutionary truck and sports car. Musk then hyped this to silly proportions. And when it became clear that the full self-driving wasn't, and that the sports car violated the laws of physics, and their revolutionary truck could do none of the amazing things that it promised, Musk cashed out some $40 billion from the company, give or take about 100 times more than Milton cashed out of Nikola, which ended up in the end getting him about 5 years in prison. And having sold all that stock, curiously after the stock was pumped up on a lot of bogus promises, they're now under investigation by the Securities Exchange Commission for fraud. This is all starting to sound very familiar.
And a man who fancies himself a god feels a very human chill.
Like, you can't compare the two, man. You can't.
Musk is the modern-day living embodiment of the Emperor's New Clothes, maybe rebranded to something a little more on point, like the remarkable technoponty Rocket Jesus and his amazing NFTs. Some of us just realized it was
a guy who faked an entire car, doesn't work, didn't sell. You can't compare it to Elon.
naked bullshit merchant a little sooner than others, while others are still fantasizing about how much they can invest in the Emperor's new full self-driving clothes.
This guy makes a lot of videos bashing Elon. I thought this was... I got a video from this same guy 2 weeks ago I didn't watch, and this one he just dropped 5 hours ago. So obviously he does this on a regular. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, look at the end of the video. There was an actual scammer who was lying, and the world's filled with more of those guys than like Elon, who's playing the business game. You know, he's playing the business game on an innovation side of things. So take it how you want to take it. If you don't like capitalism, if you don't like, you know, businesses, then I guess that's just your opinion about it. But you know, this was a good Memorial Day little quick pop-up stream. We're gonna go a little bit longer, but we're definitely gonna end it shortly. So we're gonna do a stream tomorrow. This is the last week of the stream, season 2. Things have been crazy. We had a great season so far. We have a big week lined up, so we're gonna try to go more than about 3 to 4 times this week. Kind of go out with a bang. So we're gonna, this was just one of them. Let's see here. The beta, we talked to the beta bot earlier. We're still playing with beta bot and the things that it can do. I've been slammed with a lot of other things, but the beta bot could be useful in the downtime. We've been thinking of using the beta bot in between the seasons as just the beta bot giving information, but we got to have somebody set that up, and we'll see if we can figure that out. My time right now is going to be very limited moving forward. You know, the stream, it's fun, it's good, but you know, I have like theories too that if you do this full time, this is why we'll do seasonal here. If you do this full time, you can probably go crazy doing it, and it's a lot of time doing this, and it's a lot of like if you're doing it, just, you know, and direction towards it too. So it's hard to explain, but just know, like, I got other businesses that I take care of, and we got other things that we're doing. The stream's always a part of it, and well, moving forward it will be. But you know, we got to have that downtime to like make this better, and like, you know, we'll get the content ready on top of me doing everything else, and getting a good break and a fresh. So when you come back, you really go hard for the little 3-month season that we do, and you try to, like, you know, max it out and have the best content in those 3 months. You know, you got to take it seriously. So if you take it seriously, then the quality of everything gets better. And, you know, in the meantime, you know, you can always clip things for when you're not on, to kind of stay in the algorithms and things like that. But you know, that's just my thought on it, my theory on it. It's just how I'm gonna do it, how I think it could be done better. That's like more healthy on a person, because, like I said, if you're doing this full time and you're doing it, it distracts you from other avenues, and unless, you know, you have, or then if you start doing this too much, you'll start trying to find so many avenues of like the streaming world to monetize and things like that, and then it becomes kind of like scary because you'll then be like on camera 24/7 and doing all this X, Y, and Z. So, you know, to each his own. Everybody can, you know, take their own path. But like I said here, we just drink path water, and we have a 3-month season, and we go hard for that 3 month. This is the last week right now, and we're gonna have a big week. We're gonna have awards week. We got a big Alpha Wednesday episode. We're probably gonna do 3 hours of Alpha Wednesday this week. We're gonna have like a review of the down months of the content folder. We're gonna have a stream about that. So it's gonna be a big week, and we're looking forward to it.